Hello, this is Victor at RestoringMercedes.com, and today I'm making a video for Lars and general video how to read codes on older Mercedes. 95 is this car, but it also applies to cars even earlier than that. I mean, you can read codes as long as you have diagnostic connector. E-classes have them here, and SLs, different Mercedes cars. For different Mercedes cars, different diagnostic connectors are found, but it's very windy today, and for that reason the actual instruction is going to be a little different, but the concept is the same. Basically, it's all done by counting how many times LED blinks. What we're going to do is I made this little tool here. So what this one is going to do is, it's a regular LED with a momentary switch. Okay, you press the switch, LED blinks. You got 3 cables come out with pins, with the actual pins that fit into the diagnostic port very well. So as you can see, diagnostic has tiny little holes, and these pins, they will do just fine by fitting in them. Now, first things first, we obviously need to know which pin does what. So the tool is very simple. I'm not going to go over in details about the tool, but this is just regular momentary switch, grounds, the yellow cable. When you press it and then let's go, when you let go, it blinks on LED when the codes are retrieved. Now, the orientation. What's important to know is you can look at this connector, because it's round. You can go either way. You can start counting your pins from the top or from the bottom. If you're going to orient it like that, then it's different because it's mirror. And if you look at the diagram, obviously you can read it either way, that way or this way. Now what we need to determine is exactly where is pin number 1. So in this particular car, the computer box is oriented such way. So we're going to actually start with pin 1 to the top left. As I'm looking at the vehicle right now, if I go a little further, as you can see, this is the orientation, that way. Okay, how I know that is I made this little remark on this picture. You see 2 tabs, 1 tab and 2nd tab, and the same thing corresponds on the connector. As you can see, tab here, tab there, 2 tabs. So this is your orientation. All the connectors, 38 pin connectors, are the same. So 38 pin connector, if you have one, will have tabs oriented like such, and pin number 1 will be this one. Okay, so it's this pin, not this one, because again it's mirror image. So this is pin number 1. Therefore, it is noted. I made the remark on the on this picture, so you can see the notch, pin number 1. Okay, connection, the tool. We have pin number 1 is going to be our ground. Okay, so we take the tool, we have red, black and yellow. So self-explanatory. Red is positive, black is negative. So we're going to go and insert our ground pin into number 1. The red pin is going to go into unfused positive, and that's going to be pin number 3. So as you can see, the power and ground is connected. Pin 1 is ground, 3 is positive, constantly on positive. Before connecting this yellow test pin, you would want to see if the LED blinks. So as you can see, I press the button, LED blinks. So that means that you have positive and negative connected properly. And then we're going to read individual modules. So if you have this printout of different modules available and possibly to be installed in your car. There are 2 pages. So you got all these pins, and you can have these modules, you might not have these modules. For example, like let's say roll bar. You see, it only applies to model 129. Convenience feature applies to model 140, and so on. So what we need to read in this car is electronic accelerator, and that would be this one, pin number 7, electronic accelerator. And then we also would want to read ASR, that's pin 6. So basically I need to connect my yellow lead, which is this one, to pin number 7. Well, it's pretty simple to count. So we have 1, 2, 3, and then we have just 4, 5, 6, and 7 there. So 1 and 2 is for power, 7 is test lead. So we're going to read off number 7. 7 is our electronic accelerator. So now what we need to do is we're going to put on the ignition, and we're going to count blinks. The keys are in there. Let's put on the ignition. Ignition is on. So now we're going to count blinks. So what you do is you basically just press the button, hold it for about 3 seconds and let go. It will start blinking, and the amount of blinks are going to correspond to a code stored in the car. So let's proceed. 1, 2, 3, let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. 4 codes. Code number 4. To read the next code, you press the button and hold it for 3 seconds again. Let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. That means code number 10. To read the next one, we press and hold it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. 10 again. Oh, strange. Why it just did double, but this is what it is. Again, this is primitive way of checking these things, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 again. So once it starts reading the least number of codes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Okay, so now we know that we only have code number 4 and code number 10 in there, because it's going to repeat reading codes in lowest numbers. So you got, let's say the lowest code here was number 4, so it blinked 4 times. So that means that you read 4, 10, 12, 13, 14, 17, 20, and then it starts reading again 4, 10, 12, and so on. So once you know that you went through the loop, you write codes down, you take a piece of paper, you write them down, you know, and then you have to delete them, you erase them. To do that, you basically press and hold the button for about 10 seconds. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let go. Once you let go, you see it doesn't blink. Okay? So when it doesn't blink, that means it's ready to erase codes. So what we're gonna do is we're going to shut down the ignition after you held the button for 10 seconds. As a matter of fact, I think I'm gonna be walking on the other side. It's really annoying. So we're going to have to wait about 10 seconds or so, and after 10 seconds it's going to we're gonna read the next code, and then we're gonna erase the next code, and that's how you have to do it. You have to keep putting on ignition and shutting it down. So right now, let's put on the ignition again, and let's go read the code and see if the previous one erased. 2, 3, let go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4. Okay, so code number 4. You will press and hold the button. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let go. Light isn't blinking. Shutting down the ignition. Ignition is off. We'll wait another 15 seconds. And that's how you basically do it. You just read the code, press the button for 10 seconds after the code is read, and you shut down the ignition after that. Let go of the button, shut down the ignition, wait 10-15 seconds. I would say 15 seconds would be safe. So you wait about 15 seconds, and then you would put on the ignition again. Let's put this on, and then you go and read code again. You want to do this all until you only have one blink from the tool. Let's see if I can get that happen in my car. 3, 4, 5, 4. So there's still that code number 4 is still there. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'll let go. Let's go and shut down our ignition again and see if we can get that code 4 to disappear. Sometimes codes will not clear, and that will be pretty much permanent code. Sometimes some modules also have these permanent codes stored because car was not optioned with some feature and the code is stored. So that happens. So let's put on the ignition. Let's read it again. Shut it down. You see, this code number 4 does not want to go away. So for that reason, what I can try doing is, let me see what I have in there. Maybe I have wrong module altogether. I think I do have a cell module in there. I don't know yet. We'll figure this out. Well, anyway, that's how you read codes. Another thing which you might want to do, if you want to try clearing codes, you might want to shut down the ignition, wait a little bit, start the car, let it run for a second, and see if that, well, that's what I'm going to try next, because you see code number 4 is stubborn. It does not want to clear. So we're just going to wait 15 seconds or so, and then I'm going to try to read it again. Let's see if I can put on the ignition. Also, what we're going to do is I'm going to let throttles to learn, because they have to learn their position. Then I'm going to read the code. So, okay, they just went through the learning, so let's see what we got. See this? Wait. See, the code number 10 is on. Let's get that one cleared as well. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I think code number 4 went away. So let's try to get code 10 to go away now. See if I can clear that one out, and then we're supposed to get just single blink. If it blinks once, that will mean that there are no codes stored in the system. So let's hope that I can get it done like that, because like I said, sometimes you cannot clear them, and I've seen a couple of other instances where I can only clear codes with the computer. 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm gonna have to clear it once more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let go. No blink. So we'll shut it down, and then 10-15 seconds. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, 15 seconds passed. Let's go read it again. Let's see what happens now. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Finally, all codes are cleared. So, as you can see, it took a while, but better than nothing. I do have Star Diagnostic, of course, but this is just for customers to read codes and to see what is stored in the vehicle. See, one blink means that there are no codes stored in the system at the moment. What you want to do is you want to clear all the codes from all modules, so it only blink once. Once you have the problem reappearing, then you read codes again. You clear it, make sure it's all clean, no codes stored, and then you basically, when problem reappears, the code will be stored, and that will be the last code, and that's what you want to go by. Not whatever was stored right now. I had code 4, I had code 10, but not necessarily that's the current code, because car runs fine. But I did pull out some modules. So once you pull out modules, codes will be stored, and not necessarily it would be the current code. It is not. It was from before. So for example, now we're going to do is we're going to read our ASR system. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 31. So this code is code 31. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, well, let me clear it because I don't want to count it a million times. That's a long code, so it has to blink for long. So same procedure. We're waiting for about 15 seconds now, get the codes to clear, and then I'm going to reread it and see what other codes come up. Now the codes definition, I do have a definition of codes, like a manual, and you basically, each module has its own set of codes, so you have to go by the amount of blinks. I'm not gonna determine which codes are what right at the moment in this video. I just needed to show how it works. So see, one blink. So the only code that I had was what is it, 31 or 32, but that code, if I remember correctly, that's one of the communication codes. because I did pull out e-gas module many times, and obviously when two modules do not see each other, that code will be stored. But at the moment right now, as you can see, ASR is clean. There are no codes in the ASR, so that's number 6. That's our ASR. And then we have 7. That's the throttle controller, the accelerator. See, that's EA. Idle speed control, cruise control, these are the ones if you have no ASR. Non-ASR vehicles do not have. So they just put all abbreviations possible for this particular pin to actually read. Some cars have different features, like this is a V12, so we're gonna have pin 4 and we're gonna have pin 5, whereas on 8-cylinder, pin 5 is gonna be just blank. There will be nothing in it because it's only pin 4, only one control module for the engine, whereas in V12 you have two modules, left module, right module. So that's how it goes. Okay, so basically that's gonna wrap it up. It's a long video, but now you see how codes can be read with this simple very device, just a regular LED. Now one thing though is that this isn't fused, so the right way of working with this is to actually know exactly where your pins are, because in reality it would have been nice to have a fuse here, but for like a quick read, I never had no fuses on my readers actually, but just in case you plug it in somewhere else, you know, so you don't burn anything, it's advisable to have this fused. The way I see it though, the worst can happen is most likely you burn LED, that's about it, but it is what it is. So in the same manner you can read other modules, whatever you want. So we have in this particular vehicle we have base module. I have the base module here. ASD I do not have on this car. This one I do not have. ADS I do have, dampness system, so I can read that. Then what else? Speed sensitive steering I most likely do not have. Well, that I might actually have. Let me see what else is there. Speed signal, that I don't think I have. TNA, lambda on off, you don't read that. Instrument cluster, you probably won't read that with this. HVAC, climate control, you won't read with this. You need the real Star Diagnostic to read that. The ignition modules, yes, you can read ignition modules. PSC, you might, most likely not going to read with this. Convenience module, you won't. Alarm, you might. Parktronics, might, not sure. Airbag, no, that's not going to read. And the heater, no. Stationary heater, no. Whatever. Remote locking, yes. So you have some modules that you can read, some modules you cannot read, because like HVAC for example is all digital, so you cannot read it. Alright, so basically an airbag too. So basically I'm gonna wrap this up, and this is Victor at RestoringMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.